Hi there, I'm Patrick Lee, and I'm here with the coach of the varsity hockey team, Jack Fletcher, and he's also the defensive coordinator for the football team and the athletic director. Mr. Fletcher, this is the second time around with Tewksbury this year, and I'm just wondering what you did differently to prepare for them.
Well, pretty much the last game was a good up-and-down game, Pat, and we're trying to get the defenseman to move the puck out the back door a little quicker and have our forwards pick the pace up. And we've been trying to get him to mainly get the second shot, because we felt on this goalie last time around he really made the first save, pretty good, and we weren't able to capitalize on the rebound. So we kind of worked a little bit on that the past couple of days.
And can you quickly tell us who some of their standout players are and what you have planned to stop them tonight?
Well, one of their better players is Scott Favreau. He's a defenseman, number 10, and he handles the puck very well. He plays most of the game, if not all the game. And the big thing for him is not to allow him to get the puck up the ice by himself, make him pass it up. So we've been practicing pretty much playing through his hands to his body to make him pass the puck up. And the goaltender's pretty good. He really, he's put together a pretty nice year, and that's one of the reasons that right now Tewksbury's in first place, and hopefully we'll be able to beat them tonight and, get at least tied with them.
And you have some tough games coming up in your schedule, and I was just wondering what you have planned to work with the kids to get them ready for the playoffs.
Well, we've got a good schedule coming up, and we have Arlington Catholic, Acton, Boxborough, Barica, and Burlington. They're all real good teams. So each team presents something different to us, and so we need to do some different things with some of those teams. But we really felt as though we were kicking in pretty good, and we had a little setback when we played Matanon, but it was a learning experience, and we'll find out tonight whether we learned much from that Matanon game, and moving our game to another level and picking the pace up and making sure we finish our checks. So we'll see what happens, and if we can carry that over into this stretch of games, then hopefully we'll do pretty well.
Thank you. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Pat, and thanks for coming along, and we've enjoyed your taping of all the games. We can't thank you enough.
You're welcome.
So we thank you and Kurt and everybody at the Cable Access Channel. Thanks, guys.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Chelmsford Forum, where tonight it is Chelmsford Lions against the Tewksbury Redmen. Chelmsford at 8-4-1 overall against Tewksbury, which is 10 wins against 1 loss against 2 ties. So tonight is a very important game for the Chelmsford Lions to get back on the winning track tonight. Last game between the two teams was back in last month at the Janus Rink in a 3-2 loss against Tewksbury, just a 1-goal loss against Tewksbury, but a win here would put Chelmsford into a very good situation, because they have some tough games coming up against Arlington Catholic, Acton, Boxborough, Barica, and then again the Cahoon tournament near the end of February against Burlington and against Medford. So very big schedule towards the end of the season.
Here the starting lineup for tonight's game. First, for Tewksbury. In goal, number 35, Bill Fabio. On defense, number 7, Steve Gable. On defense, number 10, Scott Bale. At left wing, number 11, Kevin Leonard. At right wing, number 4, Ryan Russell. At center, number 8, Rick Keenan. Head coach, Robert Greer, and the rest of the residents. And now the starting lineup for Chelmsford. In goal, number 24, Scott Sherlock. On defense, number 14, Nick Hansen. On defense, number 16, Tim Daly. At left wing, number 8, John McIver. At right wing, number 4, David Bishop. At center, number 23, Ted Biggs. Head coach, Jack Fletcher, and the rest of the line. Ladies and gentlemen, all please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
It's going to be a great matchup here tonight between Chelmsford against Tewksbury. This is the final meeting between the two teams this season. A very great matchup for Chelmsford. They have a big schedule ahead of them, as I said earlier. Taking a look at the Chelmsford end. And we're getting started to play this first period action. And David Bishop will be centering. John McIsaac and Ted Reardon, with Tim Daly and Nick Hansen on defense, with Scott Silva in the net for Chelmsford against number 35, Billy Fabiano for Tewksbury. And we got Rich Enos centering Kevin Leonard. And Ryan Russell with Scott Favreau and we're not sure who number 7 is for the Tewksbury Redmen. Face off in the Tewksbury end to the left of Billy Fabiano. Again, David Bishop on the face-off with John McIsaac and Ted Reardon. Daly off for Hansen, shot saved by Fabiano. Bishop's got it. Bishop looking right in front, but clears it all the way back into the Chelmsford end. Chelmsford coming off of a 8-2 loss to Matignon on Wednesday the 7th, an 8-2 loss. Chelsea trying to get back on the winning track here. And Reardon across for McIsaac, who clears it in. Wide of Fabiano. And Bishop back for Daly. Daly's quick shot blocked by number 11, that is Kevin Leonard. And picked up by number 8, Richard Enos. Shot saved by Silva, goes wide. Enos' shot goes wide again. Along the boards is number 4, Ryan Russell, trying to keep it in. Picked up by Nick Hansen. Nick Hansen's got the puck around the net and clears it out. Fired back in by number 10, Scott Favreau, right on net, and a tie-up by Scott Silva. We got 13:45 remaining here in the first period, no score. Very good start by both teams so far. Chelmsford's head coach Jack Fletcher, along with Tom Gallagher, Brad Morgan, Jason Fletcher, and Paul Doherty. Other coaches for Tewksbury: Robert Ware, head coach. Assistant coaches Jim Lightfoot, Sean Murray, and Paul DeBassiano. Or DeBassino, I'm sorry. And brought in by Fletcher. Todd Fletcher in the corner, around the boards. Picked up by number 10, Scott Favreau. Favreau skates up with the puck. Ahead to number 23, which is, we got no number for that one either. In the corner is Apostolakos. Back to number 7. And picked up by Sean Patno. Patno trying to clear it out. Kept in by number 17, Dan Fartalia. Nice save by Scott Favre. Nice save by Scott Silva. Now that shot was by Danny Fartalia, and Scott Silva made the save. And just a little note beforehand, the Chelmsford High School JV team beat the Tewksbury JV team by a score of 2-0 earlier on tonight. Great job by the Chelmsford Lions. Head coached by Jason Fletcher. And picked up and cleared out. Oh, almost not cleared out, but picked up by Apostolakos, clearing it in. Shot cleared back in by Jim Scanlon. Valeri trying to keep it in, but cleared back out by Tewksbury. Valeri clearing it in, but there goes Tewksbury, number 15, Matt Belmonte, over the line. And cleared back out by Jim Scanlon. Cleared back in by number 7. And cleared back in by David Commons. Picked up by number 2, Matt Ginsberg. Ginsberg looking for some help there, but picked up by Jim Scanlon. Scanlon across for Bishop. Bishop's quick shot, save by Fabiano, and ties it up. 11:55 remaining here in the first period. No score between the Chelmsford Lions and the Tewksbury Redmen. This is the last meeting between the two teams for this season. Tewksbury heading into tonight's game, 10 wins, 1 loss, 2 ties. Chelmsford heading into this game, 8 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. Those are the overall records. Picked up by number 10, which is Scott Favreau. Skates it out in front. Picked up by Tim Daly. Hanson trying to clear it back out. And kept in by number 4, Ryan Russell of Tewksbury. Just trying to clear it out. Kept in by Favreau. Out in front, shot goes over the net. Kept in by number 8, Richard Enos. And Daly picked up the puck. Scanning it up and clears it out. All the way down the Tewksbury end. Picked up by across Bishop. Trying to get the shot. Broken up by Favreau. In the corner out in front. And cleared back in by Nick Hansen. Chelsea getting a quick change here. And Favreau clears it up all the way. Daly across for Hansen. Across for Richie Bird. Shot save. Rebound by Fletcher. Almost got the rebound. Shot by Daly goes wide. Fletcher behind the boards along with Richie Burt. Picked up by number 8, Richard Enos. Almost broken up by Sean Patno trying to keep it in. And picked up by number 22, Chris McLellan. Picked up by Fletcher. Fletcher skates it up on the left wing side, dumps it in around the boards. Stopped by Fabiano. And Favreau clears it around the boards. Daly keeping it in, shot. And Favreau trying to clear it out. And flips it up and out over the blue line. Up near mid-ice. And Hansen dumping it back in the Tewksbury end, picked up by Favreau. Favreau on the attack is Fletcher and Patno. Fletcher right out in front. Almost there by Richie Burt, but broken up by, that was by number 7. Tewksbury's got the puck now. Trying to clear it out. Does. Shot by number 3 by Sean Walsh, and this save by Scott Silva. Making a glove save, hangs on to it for the tie-up in the whistle. 9:33 remaining here in the first period. No score. This game is being brought to you, this game here at the Forum is being brought to you in part by WJS Mechanical, HVAC System Specialists in Chelmsford, and Zuzas, attorneys at law. So I'd like to thank them for sponsoring tonight's game here at the Forum. Now back to the game. And Chelmsford clearing it back into the end. Tewksbury trying to clear it out. Andy Lavelle keeping it in for Chelmsford along with Steve Valeri. Valeri trying to get out in front. But picked up by number 12, Danny McLaren. Clearing it in. Scanlon trying to move it out. Kept in by number 2, Matt Ginsberg. And here comes Chelmsford over the line. LaBelle trying to get it out in front to number 12, Josh Ackernecht. And cleared out by Tewksbury all the way down the Chelmsford end. And no icing as it didn't reach the red line behind the net. Apostolakos around the boards. Shot by Favreau. Picked up by Josh Ackernecht. Ackernecht along for Valeri. Valeri dumping it in. Chelsea getting a quick change here. And here goes Tewksbury. As Jim Scanlon trying to clear it in. Oh, and a hit by number 7 on number 23 on Ted Reardon. Behind the net, Apostolakos. Apostolakos across for Scanlon. Scanlon moving up on the left wing side. And broken up by Favreau. Favreau picks up the puck. Clears it right into the Tewksbury stands. 7:44 remaining here in the first period. No score. A couple good shots by both teams tonight. Chelmsford looking for a win. Tewksbury also looking for a win tonight too. Chelmsford looking to tie up this series. Ted Reardon on the face-off. Scanlon clearing it in, picked up by Favreau. Favreau skates behind the net and broken up by John McIsaac. Reardon trying to get out in front for Bishop, but broken up by number 11, Kevin Leonard. He's battling in the corner along with Bishop and Richard Enos. Still battling in the corner, picked up by number 26, Adam Hill. McIsaac out in front for Bishop. Score! John McIsaac picks up the puck behind the net, finds an open David Bishop and puts it right in the bottom right-hand corner, right behind Billy Fabiano of Tewksbury. Chelmsford takes a 1-0 lead with 7:04 remaining here in the first period. And there goes Tewksbury over the line. Picked up by number 3 in the corner, Sean Walsh. And Patno clearing it up. There goes Richie Burt.
Assist number 8, John McIsaac. Assist number 23, Ted Reardon. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 56 seconds. 4 from 8.
There goes Richie Burt for Patno. Shot hit the side of the net. He was going for the bottom right-hand corner. Battling in the corner. Patno trying to get something going here. Fletcher off the boards. Nick Hansen shot blocked out in front. Tewksbury clears it out by number 3, Sean Walsh. Chelmsford cleared it back in and cleared back in by number 22, Chris McLellan. And it goes Daly. Daly right off the boards. Cleared back in by number 7. We're not sure what his name is. And Daly back around the boards looking for Hansen. Back around the boards, David Commons. And only a good hit by David Commons. Picked up by number 9, Andy Lavelle. Lavelle trying to get it for Patno. He was held up on the play. Picked up by Favreau of Tewksbury. And kept in by Valeri, and Hansen keeping it in. Favreau around the boards. Commons keeping it in for Chelmsford. Valeri on the puck. Takes a weird bounce off the boards. Valeri trying to set out in front for Commons, and he was covered up in front. Hansen for Daly. Daly back for Hansen. Hansen tripped up on the play. Cleared back in by number 12, Donnie McLaren. Picked up by Daly for Commons, but cleared back in. Picked up by Hansen. Back around the boards for Daly. Up off the boards, too far ahead of Valeri. And number 11, Kevin Leonard clears it back in for Tewksbury, Hansen. Up, picked up behind the net as Chelmsford Valeri up for Lavelle. Too far ahead of Commons. Commons in the corner, picked up by number 8, Richard Enos, out in front as, and it goes Bishop, who has one of the goals, who's got the only goal for Chelmsford. Bishop out in front and Favreau picks up the puck and ices it out. All the way back is, and we got a whistle on the play. Looks like a hand pass by Chelmsford. 3:53 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 the score in favor of Chelmsford. Then the goal by David Bishop, assisted by John McIsaac and also Ted Reardon. Chelmsford off to a good start. Good protection of Scott Silver as well. Chelmsford trying to keep the puck in the Tewksbury end as much as possible. Reardon on the face-off with McIsaac and Bishop. And picked up by Scanlon. Scanlon again picks up the puck. There you go, Jim Scanlon trying to dump it in. Caught by Favreau. Favreau just barely clears it out. Reardon. Puck along the boards has cleared in by Postlakis around the boards. Shot saved by Silva. And backhands it out almost right into the Redmond bench. Face-off will be inside the Chelmsford end with 3:19 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 the score. Good game on hand so far for Chelmsford as they're trying to keep the puck out of their own end. And Favreau keeping it in. Shot saved by Silva. Goes wide. Tewksbury trying to keep it in, and a save by Silva. Todd Fletcher will be taking the face-off for Chelmsford with 3:07 remaining here in the first period. On the face-off, shot saved by Silva, rebound, and hangs on to the puck, making sure it won't slip by him. Tewksbury's only loss was to Hingham, which was a 7-5 loss. That's their only loss of the season. But they're 10-0-2 in the Merrimack Valley Conference right now. Favreau keeping it in. Picked up by Hansen. Hansen. Cuts back in by number 17, Danny Fratalia. And here comes Sean Patno trying to clear it out. Shot by Favreau, deflected wide. Kept in by number 3, Sean Walsh. And it goes Hansen off for Patno. Patno for Fletcher. Fletcher over the line. Quick shot blocked by Favreau right in front of the net. And it goes Tewksbury. That's saved by Scott Silva. Excellent stop on Danny Fratalia. Back forward is Hansen. Hansen. Broken up. Cleared back in by Ryan Fitzmaurice. And it goes Fletcher. Fletcher off for. Goes off for Jason Ackernecht. Quick shot by number 15, Matt Belmonte. Kept in by number 12, Donnie McLaurin. And picked up by Ackernecht. Ackernecht looking for Fletcher, but kept in by number 3, Sean Walsh, and Scott Silva ties it up. 1:27 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 the score. The only goal by David Bishop for Chelmsford. With an assist by John McIsaac and also number 23, Ted Reardon. Ted Reardon on the face-off with John McIsaac and David Bishop. The Pastelacos and Jim Scanlon on defense. Kept in by number 8, Richard Enos. Get back around the boards by Scanlon. Kept in, saved by Scott Silva. And hangs on to it. And we're going to get a penalty coming up on Tewksbury as Chelmsford's going on their first power play of the evening. Maybe, actually matching penalties. It'll be a 5-on-5. Again, Reardon on the face-off. Shot saved by, oh, excellent stop by Scott Silva. He dives across the crease and makes an unbelievable stop.
Number 5, Chris Alvarez, 130 seconds each for Buckley. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 44 seconds.
Favreau's shot, glove saved by Silva, hangs on to it. 1:04 remaining in the first period, 1-0 the score. Todd Fletcher on the face-off again. Backhander by number 17, Danny Fratalia, but picked up by Richie Burt. Quick shot wide. Oh. And another penalty coming up. This one is against Nick Hansen. So it'll be a 5-on-4 for Tewksbury, their first power play of the evening. They'll have at least 40 seconds into the second period of their power play. Chelmsford trying to clear off this power play. And Fletcher backhands it, not out, saved by Favreau. Favreau keeping it in. Chelmsford trying to clear it out. Favreau keeping it in. Screen shot. And a score. So Tewksbury ties it up with 21 seconds. So power play goal for Tewksbury. We'll get the official word on who scored that goal. Yeah, tie up by number 35, Billy Fabiano. Ted Reardon on the face-off. Right in the corner. As Favreau is pinned against the boards. And that's the end of the first period. At the end of the first period, Chelmsford 1, Tewksbury 1. Let's get the official announcing of that goal. David Bishop scores for Chelmsford with an assist by John McIsaac and Ted Reardon. I think that was a goal by Danny Fratalia with an assist by Favreau. So at the end of the first period, Chelmsford 1 and Tewksbury 1. We'll be right back for a second period action right after this. Welcome back here on Chelmsford Telemedia, Channel 22. This is Kurt Heinrich along here with Patrick Lee for tonight's matchup between the Chelmsford Lions and the Tewksbury Redmen, coming to you from the Chelmsford Forum here in North Billerica, Massachusetts. This is the last meeting between the two teams. They're tied at 1 apiece right here in the second period, the start of the second period, with goals by David Bishop and the other for Chelmsford, and for Tewksbury was number 17, Danny Fratalia, along with Rich Enos and also Scott Favreau. Tewksbury scored at the end of the first period on a power play goal. But now Chelmsford is back at full strength. We're trying to see what's going on here. We're taking a look at the Chelmsford bench. We're waiting for the face-off. This game is being sponsored, tonight's sponsors are Zuzis Attorneys at Law and WJS Mechanical here in Chelmsford. And Chelmsford clearing it in. Back for it is number 7, clears it up. Picked up by Tim Daly. Daly clears it back, all the way back on the Tewksbury end, and this will be icing. 14:41 remaining here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Face-off will be to the left of Scott Silva. And it's Ted Reardon on the face-off. Jim Scanlon puts it around the boards. And battling in the corner. Good a couple hits by both Chelmsford and Tewksbury. John McIsaac off the boards, cleared back in by number 7. We're getting a penalty coming up. Well, actually, it's off delayed called, but there's an offsides call, but they clear the zone. Good hit by Bishop. And out of the zone, and Tewksbury clears it back in. Jim Scanlon around the boards for John McIsaac. McIsaac trying to clear it out here. Kept in by number 7. Number 7 clearing it back in wide of Silva. Also kept back in, but picked up by Apostolak, goes around the boards. Looking for Bishop. Bishop for McIsaac. McIsaac going down left wing side, clears it in. Behind the net of Billy Fabiano. Favreau battling in the corner along with David Bishop and Todd Fletcher. Out in front. Kept in. As Apostolakos were wrapped up at the line by one of the Tewksbury defenders. And cleared out. Here goes number 22. That was Chris McLellan. And Fletcher for Burt. Richie Burt. Shot blocked. Apostolakos quick shot. Rebound by Pano. Picked up by Richie Burt. Burt for Fletcher. Fletcher. Cross for Scanlon. Quick shot blocked. Scanlon keeping it in. Scanlon again keeping it in for Fletcher. Fletcher around the net. Looking for some help. Apostolakos quick shot. Goes wide. Here goes Fletcher again. Fletcher keeping it in for Patno. Patno around the boards, looking for Richie Burt. Shot by Scanlon goes wide. Apostolakos keeping it in. We got a penalty whistle. And it's going to be on Tewksbury. Chelmsford will be going on their first power play. It's on number 7. So Chelmsford going on their first power play of the evening. Let's see if they can connect here on their power play. Tewksbury 1 for 1 in their power play this evening. Reardon on the face-off with McIsaac and also Bishop.
Steve Davis, 1 minute and 30 seconds for Boston. Time is now 3 minutes, 6 seconds.
Fletcher. Ahead for Hanson. Goes all the way back out. Backward is Fletcher in his own end. Fletcher. Being attacked by number 4, Ryan Russell. And here goes Reardon. Reardon's shot banks off the top of the net and goes up into the crowd. Good rush by Ted Reardon. Todd Fletcher playing the point along with Nick Hansen. Ted Reardon taking the face-off along with David Bishop and John McIsaac. Fletcher's got it. Fletcher keeping it in. Reardon's shot goes wide. Hansen's got it. Hansen puts it behind the net for Ted Reardon. Reardon for Fletcher. Fletcher for Hansen. Hansen shot picked up by Bishop for Hansen. And cleared out by Tewksbury all the way down to Scott Silva. Silva leads off for Fletcher. About 20 seconds left on Chelmsford's power play. For Reardon. Reardon. So we got 10 seconds left on Chelmsford's power play. Here goes Reardon. Shot saved by Fabiano. And Tewksbury back at full strength now. And the ref falls down. This will be icing on Tewksbury, and it is. One of the referees took a spill. But Tewksbury back at full strength. Valeri on the face-off with Lavelle. And there goes Tewksbury over the line. Shot wide of Silva. Kept in by number 7. Kept in by number 12, Donnie McLaren. And Chelmsford right off the boards. There goes Tewksbury over the line. Trying to get something going here. Picked up by Lavelle. Lavelle clearing it in. Commons on the attack for Chelmsford. And picked up by number 5, Ryan Fitzmaurice. Pastelakos clearing it in, wide of Billy Fabiano. Cleared it in by number 7. Richie Bird puts it back around the boards. Scanlon off the boards, kept in by number 11, Kevin Leonard, and we got a whistle on the play. And a penalty on both Tewksbury and Chelmsford. So she'll be a 5-on-5 for both teams. There goes Richie Burt. Richie Burt over the line. Dumps it in for Fletcher. Fletcher trying to put out in front, and Richie Burt was spilled, no call. And icing on Chelmsford. 8:11 remaining here in the second period. A 1-1 still the score. No scoring in this period yet. Face off to the right of Scott Silva. Ted Reardon on the face off. Hansen puts it around the boards. McIsaac trying to get it up. But picked up by Reardon. Reardon. Off the boards for Bishop. Bishop pokes it ahead. Here goes David Bishop. He's got John McIsaac in front. Bishop trying to get it back. But here goes Tewksbury. Broken up by Nick Hansen right at the line. Ooh, and too far ahead of Reardon. They wave off the icing on this one. Nick Hansen keeping it in. Tewksbury trying to clear it out. Broken up by Hansen, picked up by Bishop. And up into the Chelmsford bench. We got 7:18 remaining here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Face-off outside the Chelmsford line is Adam Lavelle along with Jason Ackernecht and also Steve Valeri with Tim Daly and also Nick Hansen on defense. Tewksbury keeping it in. Nick Hansen around the boards for Tim Daly. Daly off the boards. Go for Valeri. Kept in by number 15, Matt Bellamonte. Belmonte trying to get out in front. Tewksbury keeping it in. Hansen around the boards. And here goes Josh Ackernecht. Looking for Valeri. Has Favreau clearing it back in. Here goes Hansen. Hansen dumping it in. Hansen keeping it in. Off the boards all the way back. Is Hansen back in his own end. Kept in by number 11, Kevin Leonard. And dumped back in by Tewksbury. Hansen back around the boards. Valeri cross for Lavelle. Too far ahead of Ackernecht. Cleared back in by Nick Hansen. Backward to Favreau. Favreau around the boards to number 7. Back around the boards to Favreau. Favreau clearing it out. They wave off the icing. Nick Hansen around the board looking for Patno. Patno for Fletcher. 3-on-2 for Chelmsford. And Fletcher was hit on the play, but no call. Shot saved by Silva. Hit the inside crossbar. Hansen's got it. Shot almost goes in over the net. And cleared all the way out. Saved by Silva. Here goes Favreau clearing it out. And off the boards by number 3, Steve Walsh. Shot blocked. Hansen clears it off the boards. Favreau dumping it back in. Good play by Chelmsford. Out in front. Comes it back in. And Scanlon around the boards. Here goes number 23, that's Ted Reardon. Back for it, McIsaac, across for Scanlon. Scanlon shot, save, rebound! Goes wide, almost a goal. Hansen keeping it in, great job by Nick Hansen. Shot, oh, off the top of the net. Scanlon's shot, broken up and cleared out. This will be icing on Tewksbury. 3:22 remaining. Good playing by both sides as Tewksbury almost got a goal, but hit the inside crossbar. And Chelmsford had a couple great opportunities as they hit the top of the net a couple times. No scoring here in this period. 3:22 remaining here in the second period. 1-1 the score. The only goals by David Bishop and also by number 17, Danny Fortalia. Face-off in the Tewksbury end. Richie Bird on the face-off with Fletcher. And Sean Patno. And it goes Tewksbury over the line. Shot saved by Silva, hangs on to it. Great defensive play by Chelmsford. Chelmsford trying to keep Tewksbury out of their own end. 3:05 remaining here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Fletcher on the face-off. Good defensive play by Chelmsford in front. Shot deflected wide. Oh, great. Nice save by Scott Silva. Here goes Fletcher. Broken up by Tewksbury in their own end. Scanlon keeping it in. And ties up by Billy Fabiano. Good game so far, as both teams giving it all their all for this second period. A good crowd on hand between Chelmsford and Tewksbury. Adam Lavelle on the face-off. And good play by Tim Daly. Favreau's shot deflects wide. Right off the boards. And goes up into the Tewksbury bench, and face-off will be outside the line with 2:17 remaining here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Andy Lavelle along with Jason Ackernecht and Steve Valeri with Hansen and Daly on defense. Good playing by Nick Hansen as he clears out the puck. Favreau clears it back in. Nice save by Silva. Shot, great glove save, and driven away by Tim Daly. Valeri off the boards. Trying to get out in front. Here goes Josh Ackernecht. Too far ahead of Lavelle. And Tewksbury clearing it back in. Backward is Daly. Daly across for Hansen. Hansen. Back around the boards. Kept in by Favreau. Favreau, quick shot. Deflects wide. Saved by Silva. Hansen back around the boards. Looking for Ackernecht. And Valeri clearing it in. Shot save. No rebound. Picked up by Favreau. Favreau trying to clear it back out. Picked up by number 17. Fratalia shot goes wide of Silva. Almost a minute left to play here in the second period. Shot. Pad save by Silva. Hansen trying to get it out. Cleared in by Valeri. Chunky going to get a quick change. Reardon on the attack. Chelmsford keeping it in. McIsaac loses his stick, but regains control of it. Shot blocked. Out in front, poked away by Silva. Shot deflects up and into the net. 22 seconds left to play here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Good game between Chelmsford and Tewksbury in a scoreless second period. With 22 seconds left to play here. Ted Reardon taking the face-off along with Todd Fletcher and David Bishop. Scanlon up for Bishop. Bishop clears it out. Favreau dumping it back in. Off the boards, picked up by number 4, Brian Russell. And face-off will be outside the line with just 7 seconds remaining in the second period. 1-1 the score. No scoring in this period. A couple of great chances by both teams. Fletcher taking the face-off with Bishop and Reardon. And that'll do it in the second period. Good chances by both teams here in the second period. A scoreless second period as both teams head into the locker rooms for the third period. A couple great chances by Chelmsford and a couple great chances by Tewksbury. If you'd like to check out our website, you can check it at www.chelmsfordtv.org to check upon sports and also to check on the history of Chelmsford Telemedia. But at the end of the second period, Chelmsford won and Tewksbury Redmond won. We'll be back for third period action right here on Chelmsford Telemedia Channel 22 right after this.
Be cool. Be cool about fire. Yeah. Yeah, that's the rule. Hey, to be cool. About fire safety.
The most important thing for you and your parents is to have an escape plan.
Have 2 ways out of your room or house in case one is blocked by fire. Have a meeting place outside of your house so everyone knows that no one is inside.
Practice the plan because just having a plan is no good if you don't practice it.
Gotta be cool. Be cool about fire safety.
And welcome back right here on Chelmsford Telemedia, Channel 22, right here in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, where tonight it is the Chelmsford Lions and the Tewksbury Redmen coming to you from the Chelmsford Forum here in North Billerica, Massachusetts. We are heading into the third period, where the score is Chelmsford 1 and Tewksbury Redmond 1. This is going to be a very tough third period. Now we've got another 15 minutes left here in the game. Goals by David Bishop for Chelmsford and Danny Fortalia, number 17 for Tewksbury. There was no scoring in the second period, but Chelmsford did have some opportunities, and also Tewksbury had some opportunities as well. And let's see what happens here in the third period. This will be the biggest period of them all to see who can score the winning goal. Or we might even end up in a 1-1 tie at the end of the game, but Chelmsford really needs to win this one. And here goes Reardon over the line. Reardon up by number 7, picked up by Favreau. Favreau banks it off the boards, kept in by Hansen, cleared back out. And here goes a 3-on-1. Shot goes over the net. That was by a shot by Richard Enos. And McIsaac up for Reardon. Reardon over the line. Reardon still contained the puck, but picked up by number 7 around the boards for Favreau. Favreau trying to clear it out. Up to number 11, Kevin Leonard. But here goes Reardon. Reardon over the line, but broken up and cleared back in by Nick Hansen. Chelmsford trying to get a quick change here. Chelmsford intercepts it. Oh, Chelmsford almost had it as Fabiano lost his stick. Chelmsford trying to catch him on a quick change here. And icing on Tewksbury. 13:50. Chelmsford had a great opportunity. And the goalie broke his stick. And they're getting him a new goalie stick here. As Fabiano broke his stick. Oh, and back for it is Apostolakos. Clears it up to Patno. Over the line, offsides. Yes, Richie Burt with just a half step offsides. Face off outside the Tewksbury line. 13:39 remaining here in the third period. 1-1 the score. All the scoring done in the first period. No scoring in the second. Pastelakos for Fletcher. Fletcher trying to keep it in. Picked up by number 17, Danny Fratalia. Fratalia clears it, and they wave off the icing. Pastelakos around the boards. And cleared up, and here goes Richie Bird. He's got Fletcher. Off of Fletcher. Shot. Broken up by Favreau. Favreau out in front of the net. And but broken up, and here goes number 22. That is Chris McLellan over the line. And offsides is the call. 12:58 remaining. Face off outside the Chelmsford line. 1-1 the score. I don't think anybody's left this game yet. It's been a tight, close-knit game between Chelmsford and Tewksbury. Andy Lavelle on the face-off with Steve Valeri and Josh Ackernecht with Daly and Hansen on defense. Daly cross for Hansen. Hansen back off. It's off the boards. They wave off the icing. Valerian on the attack. Puck goes around the boards. Valeri trying to get out in front. Daly shot saved by Fabiano in the corner. Ackerneck trying to send it out for Lavelle, who's way wide open out. Chelmsford trying to get something going here. Valeri for Daly, quick shot, blocked. And cleared back in by Steve Valeri, picked up by number 2, Matt Ginsberg. Ginsberg trying to clear it off the boards. Cleared back in by Daly, trying to get a quick change, and delayed called off sides. Face off right near mid-ice, right along the red line as Chelmsford gets a quick change. Daly had a nice monster shot from the point and blocked. Reardon on the face-off with Bishop and McIsaac with Daly and Hansen on defense. And here goes number 8. That's Rich Enos over the line, ridden off by Tim Daly. In along the boards. Quick shot by Favreau, caught, save, and hanged on by Scott Silva. 11:32 remaining here in the game. Chelmsford's got to come out of here with a win here. Again on the face-off. Nick Hansen puts it around the boards for John McIsaac. McIsaac ahead for Reardon, but couldn't connect. Favreau back off the boards, looking for, picked up by number 11. Quick shot, save, and Reardon just taps it right to Scott Silva and ties it up. 11:11 remaining. That was a shot by Kevin Leonard as number 8 Richard Enos overskated the puck, and Kevin Leonard took a shot right on Silva, catches it, and Reardon got the rebound, but just tucked it to Scott Silva and ties it up. 11:11 remaining here in the game. 1-1 the score. This game is being sponsored here at the Forum by WJS Mechanical, HVAC System Specialist, and Zeus Attorney at Law. Around the boards, picked up by Richard Burt. Richie Burt off for Apostolakos. Apostolakos for Sean Patno. Patno broken up, but picked up again by Sean Patno. Patno trying to dump it in, but broken up. And there goes Richie Burt. Off for Jim Scanlon. Scanlon right across for Apostolakos. Apostolakos. And trying to clear it in. Picked up by Favreau. Favreau backhands it right up here in the stands. Big crowd on hand here in North Berwick. A good turnout tonight between both crowds. Not jam-packed, but I don't think anybody has left the building for this tight game. 1-1 score between Chelmsford and Tewksbury. And Daly's shot goes wide. Nick Hansen, quick shot, save, rebound, poked away by Tewksbury. Tim Daly from Valeri clearing it in, picked up by Favreau. Lavelle trying to get something going here. Battling in the corner, Tim Daly. They're trying to get something going here, but Chelmsford trying to move it out. They get it out. Favreau trying to put it back in, does. Back for it is Nick Hansen. Tewksbury getting a quick change here. Hansen, great for Daly. Daly's got it. Banks it off the boards for Valeri. But picked up by number 8, Richard Enos. Trying to get it across. Nobody there. Kept in by number 7 around the boards. Kept in by Favreau. In front. And a score by... With 9:06 remaining here in the game, Tewksbury takes a 2-1 lead. Gonna find out who scored that goal. So Tewksbury's got a 2-1 lead. Picked up by number 11, Kevin Leonard. Saved by Silva, hangs on to it and ties it up.
Tewksbury goal scored by number 8, Rich Enos. Assist, number 11, Kevin Leonard. Assist, number 12, Donnie McLean. Time of the goal, 554 seconds. 8 and 11 and 12, 554.
Rich Enos with a goal, saved by Silva, and Favreau clearing it back in. Chelmsford trailing by 1. Around the boards. There goes Reardon over the line. Hansen's got it. Quick shot. Deflects wide. Picked up by number 4, Ryan Russell. Clearing it in around the boards. Back around the boards, John McIsaac. Good back in front. Shot goes wide. John McIsaac. Around the boards, John McIsaac picks up the puck. Shot deflects wide. Saved by Silva. And a save by Silva. 7:16 remaining. Silva coming up with the big stops here. The score in favor of Tewksbury. Chelmsford trailing by 1. Hopefully they'll get back in the swing of things with 7:16 remaining in the game. So this will be a critical 7 minutes and 16 seconds for Chelmsford. Scanlon around the boards. Get them by Tewksbury and caught by Scott Silva. Face off in the Chelmsford end. 7:07 remaining. 2-1 the score in favor of Tewksbury. Patno right across for Scanlon for Apostolakos. Apostolakos clearing it in around the boards. Scanlon comes up with the puck, but Apostolakos picks up the puck. Cross for Fletcher. Out in front and poked away. And dumped in by Ryan Russell. Picked up by Scanlon. Off the boards. And Favreau clearing it in. Apostolakos puts it around the boards. Patno. But broken up by number 7 out in front. There goes Fletcher over the line. Oh, and Patno almost had one. Too far ahead. There goes Patno. Back for Richie Burt. Burt kicks it ahead, but picked up by Favreau. Favreau backhands it right off one of his players. Picked up by Apostolakos for Patno. Fletcher for Ackernecht. And picked up by all the way ahead for Ackernecht. There goes Tewksbury with less than 5 minutes remaining. Icing on Tewksbury by Favreau. Face off inside the Tewksbury line with 4:54 remaining. Chelmsford trailing by 1 by a score 2-1. Let's see if Chelmsford can tie this game up with 4:54 remaining. Andy Lavelle on the face-off. Puts it around the boards. Picked up by number 26, kept in by Lavelle. Lavelle for Ackernecht. Ackernecht keeping it in. And banks it off the boards. Valeri for Ackernecht. Back for it is Hansen. Hansen puts it around the boards for Ackernecht. Ackernecht cleared it out and offsides as Tewksbury. 4:14 remaining here in the game. 2-1 the score in favor of Tewksbury. If Tewksbury wins tonight, they'll improve their record to 11-1-2. And then Chelmsford will drop to 8-5-1 overall. Cleared it in, back for it. Daly back for Hansen. Hansen banks it off the boards. Back for it is Daly. Daly. Cross for Hanson. Hanson back for Daly. Clearing it in. Broken up by Tewksbury. Here goes number 11, Kevin Leonard, dumping it in. Saved by Silva. Here goes Hanson. Putting it in, and it's icing. All the way back in the Chelmsford end. 3:13 remaining in the third period in the game. And it's Fletcher on the faceoff. Back for it is Pastelakos behind the net. Falls down, but Patno backhands it around the boards for Richie Burt. Quick shot, nice save by Silva. There goes Fletcher. In for Richie Burt. Burt around the boards. Richie Burt keeping it in for Patno. Out in front. Richie Burt keeping it in. And high sticking. 2:27 left to play here in the game. 2-1 the score in favor of Tewksbury. Let's see what Chelmsford can do with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. It's a very critical 2.5 minutes left to play here in the game. And here comes Chelmsford as Daly for Patno. Off for Fletcher for Daly. And they're calling a hand pass on timeout Chelmsford with 2:06 remaining here in the game. Chelmsford trying to get something going with 2 minutes remaining here in the game. This is the last meeting between Chelmsford and Tewksbury. As you can see, Coach Jack Fletcher talking to Ted Reardon, David Bishop, and the rest of the players. Now, if Chelmsford drops this game, they'll move to 8-5-1. I'd rather see Chelmsford tie this game rather than lose this game, but this will be a very critical 2 minutes and 6 seconds because Chelmsford's got some tough games coming up. They're going to be on the road against Arlington on the 7th of February, and then they're home on the 10th against Arlington Catholic, and then they're on the road for the rest of the season against Acton Boxborough at the Neshoba Valley Olympia on the 14th, and on the 17th against Billerica at the Hallenborg Rink, and then they're in the Calhoun Tourney at the Burlington Ice Palace in Burlington, playing host to Burlington, and the winner of that will play Medford at the Burlington Ice Palace. And Bishop clearing it back in. Favreau trying to clear it out. And cleared out by Tewksbury. And it's icing on Tewksbury. Face off in the Tewksbury line. 1:41 remaining in the game. A very critical last minute and 41 seconds for Chelmsford. See if they can tie this game up. It's been an all-around good game for both teams. Ted Reardon on the face-off. Battling in the corner. Favreau trying to clear it out. Fletcher kicks it free. Battling in the corner. Reardon trying to poke the puck free, but it was tied up in the corner. 1:23 remaining in the game now. And not much time left on the clock. Fletcher will be taking the face-off. Daly and Hansen on defense with Bishop and Reardon. Hansen for Daly, a quick shot, save, rebound! And Fletcher missed the net. Actually, that was Bishop, sorry. That was Bishop that took the shot. And up into the crowd. 1:06 remaining in the game. That was David Bishop that took the shot, and it missed wide. Excellent opportunity for Chelmsford on that play. And Chelmsford changes goalies as Brian Castongway comes in the net for Chelmsford. And they're using this time to warm up Brian Castongway, just for Jack Fletcher to talk to his players, see if they can get something going with 1:06 remaining in the game. Jim Scanlon and Apostolakis warming up Brian Castongway. Trying to buy some time for Fletcher to talk to his players. And a final minute and 6 seconds remaining here in the game between Chelmsford and Tewksbury, right here at the Chelmsford Forum. Brian Castongway, a sophomore at the Chelmsford High School. Ted Reardon taking the face-off with Bishop and Fletcher. With Daly and Hansen on defense, the final minute and 6. Let's see what Chelmsford can do with the final minute remaining here in the game. Let's see what Chelmsford can do in this final minute. And here goes Daly. Banked it off the boards, cleared it back in. 45 seconds left in the game. Cleared it up into the Chelmsford bench. Face off outside the Tewksbury line with 36 seconds left. Pastelaka's clearing it in. Chelmsford gets that extra skater in as they pull Castong away. Face off as they tie up the puck in the corner with 13 seconds remaining. Chelmsford getting that extra skater on. As we take a look at the open net, and we're going to have a timeout for Tewksbury with 13 seconds remaining in the game. Chelmsford trailing by 1 with 13 seconds. We're taking a look. We just took a look at the Tewksbury bench. Now we're taking a look at the Chelmsford bench. Tewksbury 13 seconds away from winning their 11th game of the season. Let's see what Chelmsford can do with this final 13 seconds. And a 2-1 win for the Tewksbury Redmen. The final meeting between the two teams as Tewksbury notches off their 11th win of the season. Chelmsford drops to 8-5-1. Tewksbury goes to 11-1-2. So Tewksbury is undefeated in the Merrimack Valley Conference. Tewksbury has some games remaining. The last Tewksbury game, they beat Wilmington at the Hallenborg rink in Billerica by a score of 4-2. And Chelmsford's last game was against Matignon in an 8-2 loss. Now Chelmsford loses their second game in a row. And their next game here on Chelmsford Telemedia will be with our media production truck at the Arlington Catholic game, and that's on the 10th right here at the Forum. And then a very big game against Billerica at the Hallenborg rink. But we will be showing you highlights of the Arlington and Acton-Boxborough games, and we'll be covering the Cahoon tournament against Burlington and also against Medford. So from here at the Forum, as we take a look at all the players and coaches shaking hands here at the end of the game, a well-played game, a good round of applause for both teams. But the final score here from the Chelmsford Forum here in North Billerica, Chelmsford 1, actually Tewksbury 2, Chelmsford 1. Final score here from the Chelmsford Forum, as we're taking a look at the Chelmsford players exiting to their locker rooms. But hopefully they'll regain against Arlington, and we'll show you some of the highlights of that game. And then our next game against Arlington Catholic, which is on the 10th of February right here at the Forum. So the final score, Tewksbury 2, Chelmsford 1. We'll see you all again next time. Just check out our website at www.chelmsfordtv.org. Thank you for joining us for this evening. This is Kurt Honick along with Patrick Lee for tonight's game, and we'll see you all again soon. Thank you for joining us.